All right, welcome back, everyone. I am GlitchCat7, and I'm going to be taking you through this exciting match, Cliffy versus Fuzzyness. You guys know the rules, 15 minutes on the clock, clear as many levels as we can. Fuzzyness and Cliffy, both really good players with similar styles, and I'm really curious to see how their decisions are going to play out here. A lot of strategy going into this, picking levels, picking the right level, knowing when to skip, knowing when not to skip, when to commit. And so we're going to see how those decisions play out for both of these racers. It's going to be really exciting. You guys are ready to go. And so we're going to get started in just a minute. These players are setting up right now. This is a pre-recorded match, but it's the first time that it's being shown. So we all get to find out what happens. So Fuzzyness has got to go fast, and Cliffy, he just has the letter I. So one thing you're going to notice, you saw Fuzzyness doing that right off the bat. You'll see Cliffy doing it too. These players are checking the world record for these levels when they get in, and they're trying to use that to get a little bit more information about what they're up against. If the world record, for example, is 2 or 3 minutes long, they know that maybe that's not a good level to commit to. And making strategic decisions like that is really going to factor in heavily. Fuzzyness right now looks like they've got to get some red coins, and Cliffy has got a clear condition involving what appears to be a catsuit. So waiting for those beat blocks, Cliffy wants to not lose the catsuit and is trying all kinds of trickery to save that catsuit, but unfortunately those dives can be pretty rough. Cliffy looks like he's going to skip this one. Meanwhile, Fuzzyness is still committed to this red coin ride. Has a lot of power-ups, which is really a good position for them to be in. Ooh, he needed the Yoshi, though. Needed the Yoshi. Went to skip that Yoshi. Trying to do these levels quickly is another thing. If you think you're on an easier level, if you can go a little bit faster, you can save a little bit of those 15 minutes for more clears. But Fuzzyness looks like they want to commit to this level. Meanwhile, Cliffy navigating this underground section. It can be a really tough decision if you're in Fuzzyness's position, because on the one hand, you know a lot of stuff that's coming up in the level, and it's going to be less dangerous. And in his case, he knows where he messed up. But on the other hand, you also know that it's going to take a long time to get back there. And I don't know, how do you tell whether to commit or not commit? These players do have unlimited skips, so it really comes down to their bravery and discretion when figuring out what levels to commit to or not. And Fuzzyness's commitment paid off right there with a couple of extra lives too. They want to build up extra lives because if they get a game over, 1 point will be deducted from their final clear total. So that is 1 level up for Fuzzyness right now, up 1-0 against Cliffy. Cliffy, though, working with the giant Goomba boot, you can actually hover with it and you can bail out of it like you could for a Yoshi. The giant Goomba boots can also break through blocks, but Cliffy's going to need the Mega Mushroom here to smash those bricks. Ooh, Cliffy really hoping for a win right now. He's got a clear condition requiring him to kill Bowser, and it looks like this level was a little bit of a puzzle. He needed to come back there with the Mega Mushroom so he could smash that Superstar out of its little enclosure and get the win. Nice job. Cliffy and Fuzzyness now tied up 1-1. So Fuzzyness not dealing with a clear condition right now, but pretty labyrinthian level. These puzzle levels can be a little bit of a risk sometimes because you're trusting whether or not you can solve the puzzle in a timely manner. And Fuzzyness killing some enemies. That can be really good. He's got a key, but now he has to figure out what to do with it. And looks like Cliffy got dealt some interesting RNG here. These levels just come up randomly. And it looks like Cliffy's got something a little bit easy right now, so that might play to his advantage. Ooh, this survival room, though. These chomps are coming out of the pipes, and Cliffy's going to have to wait it out while that skewer destroys the bricks that are blocking the pipe to the exit. Nice jumps. Very good. Very good dodging from Cliffy there. Oh, okay. So this is like a red coin type of level. And it looks like Cliffy might have to go back and forth. Yeah, he's going to skip that. That's going to take a lot of time to keep cycling through those. And if you die, you lose your coins. Good skip from Cliffy. Definitely looked like that level was not worth the time investment. Cliffy looks like he's got, I don't know. Should Cliffy commit to this? What do you think? Because on the one hand, this looks like a pretty enemy spam heavy level. And it might be one of those ones where you just kind of run, damage boost, and YOLO it right to the end. Cliffy looks like he's checking for some invisible boxes right now. If you play a lot of endless mode, you really get good at learning what to look for in these levels. And you know that oftentimes if you see a lot of crazy enemy spam, there might be a hidden box somewhere with a superstar or another mushroom or just take you straight to the goal. But Cliffy trying to bounce this out right now. He's got to worry about the Bowser fire, but he's got the damage boost, and Fuzzyness with another clear getting on the board, coming up 2-1 right now in favor of Fuzzyness. But it's 2-2 now. Cliffy answering right back and making short work of that enemy spam level. All tied up with 9.5 minutes to go. Ooh, and Cliffy with the world record. It doesn't get any extra points for that, but some extra cool points. Fuzzyness with a tricky commitment right now. He's got to get to the goal without landing. And unlike other clear conditions, this one, if you mess up once, that's it. You lose it. And sometimes, like, get to the goal riding on a Yoshi or something, you can recover that. But that get to the goal without landing is very, very tricky. It doesn't leave a lot of room for error. Cliffy making short work of this speedrun level with a really good blind read. This is a pretty neat level, actually, that Cliffy's playing. I kind of like it. Look how it really guides the player, and it shows you exactly what you're going to have to do and when. And Cliffy just making these reactions really look easy. And Fuzzyness getting to the end 3-2 right now in favor of Fuzzyness. But Cliffy making really good progress on this speedrun level, following the arrows and making a pretty good sight read here. What in the heck was that? He got into the clown ball, pushed by the thwomp, and somehow didn't die. I don't think I've ever seen that trick before. All right, with 19 seconds to go, Cliffy tying it up, answering right back. Very tight match, 3-3 right now. And Fuzzyness dealing with a speedrun level of his own. 8 seconds left on the clock. Let's see how tight this timer is. Not very. Man, the action is fast and furious here. Fuzzyness up 4, Cliffy with 3 and looking to answer back. 8 minutes left to go. So there's a lot of time for things to change, but a very tight race right now. We've really seen some great levels so far. These, like, dare I say, not all of them have been a total mess, which is pretty cool, actually. Ooh, yikes. Cliffy trying to commit to that level with rising lava. That's really, really difficult because you get one shot at a lot of the movements. With that lava on your tail, reading the level blind and recovering from any kind of mistake can be very, very, very difficult. So blind, lava scrolling levels like that are really, really tricky to read blind. Oh no, Fuzzyness getting a little bit distracted, missing the sequence and not hitting the right on-off switch. A lot of these on-off levels are designed where you have to hit every switch. It opens the wall, makes the platform, and it can be really risky looking for cheese because you kind of break the intended sequence of the level. Fuzzyness with a really good blind read right now. Gets it. Gets the goal at the exact same time as Cliffy. Oh my gosh. Cliffy up 4 levels right now. Fuzzyness maintaining the lead with 5. About 6 minutes to go, and the player with the most level clears at the end of 15 minutes will take the point for the round. There will be 3 rounds, and the overall winner will be awarded an additional point. Cliffy getting into this block snake level now. Ooh, I thought he was dead there. I bet Cliffy did too. Fortunate for Cliffy that the block snake ride isn't the entirety of the level. Those can be really, really slow and are essentially forced movement, auto-scroll type levels. Fuzzyness now on the right needs to get to the goal as Fire Mario. A lot of these bosses are going to kind of hang him up a little bit. It can be tricky with boss fights because they take extra time. And this room that Fuzzyness is in is fairly easy. You know, he'll be able to bop this Bowser Jr. no problem, but it just eats up extra time. And with only one level ahead right now, he's going to want to be widening that lead just a little bit. Cliffy hung up on a boss fight of his own, but really cleverly using the cape spin to keep those Boom Booms away from himself. Good policy, too, for Cliffy, killing both of them, because there are extra key doors, and maybe he'll need that later. Cliffy making it 5-5 right now as Fuzzyness gets the Fire Flower, but now needs to figure out how to get to the goal with it. This is a big risk for Fuzzyness right now because losing that Fire Flower or taking any damage means that there might not be a way to recover the clear condition. And you're in a tough spot with clear conditions that are kind of use it or lose it. Fuzzyness trying to dodge these fireballs right now. Nice duck. Hopefully this will be the goal. Fuzzyness really hoping this is the goal right now. Oh, there's a little bit more to go. Cliffy skipping this speedrun level, probably for the best. Taking a lot of deaths early on is kind of a sign that the rest of the level is also going to be difficult. Oh no, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. Fuzzyness losing the clear condition. That is really going to hurt. They need to go all the way back and get that, and then get back and beat the Bowser. Unfortunate skip there for Fuzzyness. That really hurt. All tied up right now, 5-5. Each of these players trying to use the remaining 3 minutes to get themselves a good level. Fuzzyness encountering a Mecha Bowzilla clone. The famous level from Kavik in the original Mario Maker 1. Mecha Bowzilla, you see this kind of robot monster built a lot by other makers. Fun fact. It is anybody's race right now. 5 levels for both players. And with only a couple of minutes to go, and not necessarily knowing where the other player is at currently, like at this moment in the race, although this is pre-recorded, you know, you got to be thinking that maybe these players are going to be looking to skip just a little bit more, or just kind of take some risky YOLO strats to try to clutch one out and get a little bit of momentum towards the end. Now Fuzzyness trying to figure out how to fight this Mecha Bowzilla clone, and Cliffy moving through this really traditional SMB1 style level. The classic jump over Bowser. Drop him in the lava. Cliffy going up by 1. It is 6-5 in Cliffy's favor right now. Fuzzyness in a bad spot. No power, but got those POW blocks trying to fight, but a really dangerous spot to be in because if they die... they spent that time. It's really difficult to get into a level and get far into it and then die because you wasted that time. It's a very different game playing these endless levels on a time limit, and that's something I think that is so interesting about these matches, is that the time limit forces a very, very cool meta, where it's more than just, can you beat the level? Can you select a good level to beat in a short amount of time and then capitalize on the progress that you make? Fuzzyness having some trouble with that muncher on a seesaw. Yeah, and then you get the trolls. And then you get folks that just want to make something crazy. One minute to go in the first match. Cliffy has the clear condition. Ooh. Cliffy gets another one, pulling ahead by running through some levels that are pretty simple. Fuzzyness right now committing and doing a good job on the levels that he's got, but seems to be unfortunately kind of wrapped up in some levels that are just taking a while. And that's kind of holding him up just a little bit here, despite the skill at actually playing what level he's on. Yeah, not entirely sure why they needed to kill that Boom Boom either. It's little things like that, just spending a little time. But it's really hard to make those decisions, and it does pay off for Fuzzyness. With 14 seconds to go, Cliffy up by 1 level right now, and it looks like that is going to do it. 7-6. Oh, and Cliffy, whoa, just piling it on right now. I'm sorry, make that 8-6 in favor of Cliffy in the first round. Nice work. Really cool match there. Fuzzyness, you saw committing to some things that ended up not working in their favor, and Cliffy getting some easier stuff, but skipping kind of liberally, and that might have given him a little bit of the edge. Getting ready for the second match of 3 right now. 15 minutes going back on the timer. So this is a best of 3 series. The winner of each individual match will get a point, and the overall winner, or the player who wins 2 matches, will get an additional point for winning the round. Fuzzyness happy about that 30-second world record that he saw, and the opportunity to get some capes again while he learns. Cliffy getting into a really, I like this level. Superstar kind of precision runs like this, I think, are always pretty fun. And something cool about the Superstar in Mario Maker, too, it actually makes you move faster by default. It doesn't work like that in other Mario games. It certainly doesn't work like that in World or any of the old ones. Not sure about New Soup, but in Mario Maker, the star will actually increase your base speed, and that's a really cool trick for versus or for speedrunning for world records or something. But Cliffy's going to need every bit of this right now, and Fuzzyness trying to see his character amid the incredible enemy spam, where one character has a key and you gotta kill a bunch of them. But really good RNG for Fuzzyness there, getting a short level, quick level, and getting on the board. 1 level up for Fuzzyness. He is in the lead currently. Cliffy doing no problem, having no troubles with this star run, but is in a pretty risky spot because any bad move right now, and he's already invested 2 minutes in this level or so. So he really wants to make this count for him. I like how Cliffy's level gives you the little ding-dong sound effect when you pick up the star, like, hey, that's what you do, as if you didn't know, you know. 5 seconds left on Cliffy's timer. Can he make it? Nice work with 1 second to go. Cliffy getting on the board, 1-1. That was a very long level, but it paid off. He invested the 2 minutes, but he didn't lose it. He got the point. Fuzzyness trying to get another selection, and Cliffy hoping for a short one, I'm sure. Fun is fun. Cliffy apparently not liking fun. And Fuzzyness with the classic Super Mario World strat. The anyone who's ever seen a speedrun or tried to speedrun vanilla SMW will tell you the value of the flyover. And Fuzzyness trying to get that flyover, but unfortunately it looks like he has to guess which one of those bosses has the coin or the key. That's a solid skip. Cliffy with the fast skip, also a 6-minute world record for that level. Generally speaking, red coin levels are dangerous for this kind of thing. Not only do you have to go around and freaking find them all, but if you die, you also lose them all. And Fuzzyness missing the last red coin, deciding whether or not to commit to this level some more. I saw it, but I can't say where it is. And even if I could, it wouldn't matter. It's pre-recorded. Fuzzyness trying to change up strats just a little bit. Looking for those red coins and trying to stay up, which is really good strategy in enemy spam levels like this. Cliffy with another clear, up 2-1. Yeah, Fuzzyness just trying to stay up above the swarm. Any kind of levels like this, if you can just get above it, most things are harmless. Good clear for Fuzzyness, tying it up 2-2. Good job committing on that level. Some others might have bailed, but finding the coins and getting the key. So it's the same story for Cliffy now, committing again to another slow level, but it doesn't appear that hard. So that's kind of the decisions that you're always making. Yeah, Cliffy getting to the end. He's got even a damage boost. He could just sort of YOLO this right now, and he does. Cliffy staying ahead 3-2. Ooh, those Kaizo blocks for Fuzzyness is not a good sign. No. You can almost feel the exasperation through the screen. Those Kaizo blocks were a very bad sign. No. Now, I'm not sure. Fuzzyness is actually committing to this level. And, gosh, I mean, he got through that obstacle, but the Kaizo blocks seem to say, this level maker is out to get you. I may skip that just on the Kaizo blocks themselves. And Cliffy now, it could either be a blessing or a curse to get these one-trick type of levels. It looks like he has to just hang out in just the right spot so those piranhas don't fall him. Hopefully that's all he has to do. But, you know, these levels can actually be really tricky because sometimes the one thing that you have to do is actually maddeningly frustrating. But Cliffy getting a little bit lucky with that in that there wasn't a Kaizo block or some other kind of trick waiting for him in the shadows. Cliffy up 4-2 right now. Oh no, troll level. Look out, Cliffy. 46-second time, but what of the trolls? Oh no, you should have, Cliffy, yep, skipping it. That was probably a good decision. Even though that level had a 46-second time limit or world record, the amount of deaths that you'd have to take to learn might be really, really costly. Oof. Fuzzyness now taking a look, yeah. Taking a look at the world record and look at this vertical section. Oh boy. I don't know about this one, Fuzzyness. Fuzzyness being brave though. Being brave. That's a very, I mean, you got to look at that vertical section on the down. There's a lot that can go wrong here. Cliffy, meanwhile, navigating through this pretty sloppy looking 3D world level. A lot of times for matches like this, you're kind of hoping to either get a well-designed easy level, easier level, or get a poorly designed attempt at a hard level. And sometimes, you know, the poorly designed ones, you can break them, you can cheese them, you can do things. And sometimes that's actually better, especially on the 15-minute time limit. Cliffy keeping the cat suit through this. Getting the win, man. Cliffy pulling ahead 5-2 right now. Fuzzyness is really going to need to put the moves on in order to catch up. And having to get 159 coins. Yeah, that seems rough, but it's a short level, so they may all be clustered together. It's really, really important when you're playing these matches to have a good sense of kind of reading the mind of the level creator and just figuring out what is likely to be the case. And, you know, sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong about decisions like that, but kind of having a little bit of foresight about what may be coming up is really, really, really beneficial. Fuzzyness needs those 230 coins up there, and Cliffy needs to keep the fire and does so effortlessly. 6-2 right now for Cliffy. And world records, too. Oh my gosh. The swag, though. Cliffy getting a level with a lot of indication. A lot of indication. It's a staple of Mario Maker. Things are indicated, but it looks like he's going to get a lot of extra tries, kind of retries at this section. The level is giving him extra power-up mushrooms and whatnot, so even if he screws this up, he has a chance to kind of go and recover, and that's very, very attractive in a run like this. Fuzzyness with the clear, collecting the coins, some dangerous circumstances. Fuzzyness with 3 clears now, Cliffy with 6. Cliffy skips over that big mushroom level. Might have thought that it would have been a little bit too much to keep retrying. 5 minutes to go now. Still some time to make some moves. Fuzzyness probably hoping that Cliffy gets held up in some dumb stuff, and he gets some silly, easy stuff. Ooh. Cliffy now has to make the decision whether or not he wants to commit to this. This underwater blackout level just seems to be something people love to make. It's really difficult in a blind run when you're trying to conserve lives because you just cannot know what's coming up. And that die to learn is kind of a staple of a lot of these blackout levels. Cliffy being brave right now. Hoping that the level isn't going to be too harsh. And that's he probably knew that by checking the world record ahead of time. So one thing that more than likely informed Cliffy's decision to stick with that level was knowing that the world record was short. If he would have looked at that and the record would have been 2, 3, maybe 4 minutes, he would have known, okay, this level is huge and it's a blackout level, so definitely skip that. Good decision to commit there for Cliffy. Fuzzyness trying to beat the beat blocks, trying to outrun the bosses. Oh, he's got the clear. Look at it. The bosses are they're coming at him. He's outrunning those pom-poms, and they just will not let up. But he makes it. Nice work. Fuzzyness pulling up, though. We've got 3 minutes to go in this match, and with a couple of short levels, Fuzzyness only needs 3. Oh, sorry. Make that 4. 8-4 right now in favor of Cliffy. Cliffy making the decision to commit to these levels. These boss rush levels tend to be a bit formulaic, and remains to be seen if that's what Cliffy's going to have to deal with or not. Ooh, tough. Yeah, he's going to need two keys at least to get out of there. That was a wise... Oh, no, he didn't skip it. I thought he skipped that. I thought Cliffy skipped that. He may be looking for some cheese or something before he does skip. That's not a bad decision. Or a dev block or something. Oh no, Fuzzyness getting really Oh man, those bosses all clustered together. Hammer Brothers are just the worst, and Fuzzyness in a really tough spot right now with no power. You really, yeah, that death was. I hesitate to say inevitable, but that was a tough death to avoid, being in that situation with just no damage boost and no power. Cliffy looks like he needs to do a spring drop here. This is a trick that used to be a lot easier in the original Mario Maker, but has since been made much more difficult by recent updates to the physics. He wants to more or less just drop that spring below his feet while he's in midair and get a bounce off of it and get high enough off that bounce to get up to the goal. This is one of those just one silly speedrunners hate him tricks levels. And yeah, it's gonna be tough for Cliffy, but there's not a lot of threat. All he has to do is get this drop, so he's gonna probably commit to this for a little while at least. Fuzzyness, meanwhile, working on a 20-second speed run with some on-off switches, but good indication. Spring drops used to be a lot easier. In the original Super Mario Maker, there were spring drops week 1. People were using them, and in this, it's a lot more difficult because of the changes that were made to the way objects behave when they're dropped. In a nutshell, objects in Mario Maker 1 tended to fall down more when they were dropped and stay closer to you, and objects in Mario Maker 2 tend to fall ahead of you, and that can make it really difficult to line things up like a spring drop. Fuzzyness with a sad nigh chooses to commit to the level, though. Everybody kind of just at a stalemate here. And that is time. So Cliffy taking that round as well, not getting the icing on the cake with the spring drop. 8-4, the final total. Cliffy, 2 matches right now. So Cliffy will be taking the extra point for winning the overall round, but since Fuzzyness is capable of winning a point by winning this match, we are going to play out the third match. 2-0 for Cliffy right now. Fuzzyness trying to grab a point out of this, but it can be really tricky if you get some gnarly levels. So let's see what we've got here. Round 3 about to begin. All right, we will be starting just in a moment here. Quick reminder, if you don't know how the format works, these are three matches, 15 minutes apiece, and the winner of 2 of those 3 matches gets an extra point for winning the round, but 1 point is awarded per win. So, for example, Cliffy could win 2 rounds, get 2 points, and the extra point for winning. Fuzzyness could win the 3rd match and still come away with a point towards the overall standings. This one is pre-recorded, but it is the first time that anybody has seen it, so big reveal. And we're ready to start the 3rd match. 15 lives, 15 minutes on the clock. It can be advantageous to these players, too, to try to pick up some extra lives as they go. We haven't seen any game overs yet, but getting a game over will subtract a point from your total and will... you can still keep playing, but if you got, say for example, you got 5 clears and then game overed, you now have 4 clears. Cliffy needs 6 coins in this hilariously messy precision level, and Fuzzyness just needs to get over there without activating that thwomp. There's a thwomp up above that is hitting that on-off switch and blocking his access to the goal. Fuzzyness trying some different ideas here, trying to go back up and hit that switch himself. I don't actually know if that's going to work or not, but it remains to be seen. Neither player skipping their level right now. Interesting. Cliffy needs 6 coins here, and I haven't even seen 1. Yeah, Cliffy with the wise skip. That was more time than you want to commit to that. Oh, no! Fuzzyness getting caught, but the thwomp, as the homie that thwomps tend to be, letting him out of jail there for the clear. 1-0 Fuzzyness and the world record. Ghost Town is the name of Fuzziness's level, and not that song by that mid-'80s ska band, The Specials. And Cliffy getting on the board through that easy little jungle level, 1-to-1.
Let's go.
The funk of the jump is the name of Cliffy's level, and with a 3-minute world record, definitely skipping that one. Fuzziness also skipping that claustrophobic little puzzle level. Oh, geez, what's Cliffy gonna do here? Oh man, how do you get out of this? What is the tech here? Oh, it's a propeller hat. Oh no, Cliffy finding the secret propeller hat up there, and that will, if he can get it, allow him to get the goal. Let's see if Cliffy can get this. This would be really advantageous for Cliffy to get this level right now. Oh, Fuzziness trying to ride on those beetles, but getting pushed off by the ceiling. Just like in Mario 3, you can jump a little bit to cause those beetles to stop rising. They work the same way as they did. If you remember classic SMB3, you know, that classic SMB3 enemy that was in like one level. The one that everybody remembers. Fuzziness with the skip. Cliffy still trying to make this this propeller hat work here. Oh geez, I don't know, Cliffy. He's got to get the hat. He's got to activate the box and then maybe get the hat. Or yeah, I think what Cliffy is trying right now is to wall jump off the box that he just created, but wasn't going to work out. Cliffy and Fuzziness both kind of trying to select a good level right now. Fuzziness in trouble. Yeah, I'd have skipped that one too. Hey, Cliffy, you can't bounce off the fugu. The fugu is poison, not a tasty fish. Can't bounce. Come on, man. Cliffy getting that star, trying to make the most of it. The star does not make you swim faster, as if I recall correctly. You only run faster. Oh no, Cliffy in a bad spot right now. Eating for lunch. Fuzziness working his way through this falling icicle level. Oh no, he needed that. Oh no, he didn't need the Koopa. It looked as though he needed to kick a Koopa in there, but he didn't. He could hit that with his head. Really awful when you accidentally kill some required machinery. Like say, for example, you have to kick a Koopa shell in there like Fuzziness just did there. Really is awful when you like accidentally throw that shell off the edge. Like, no, wait, I needed you. Come back. Fuzziness now carrying this beetle shell, but he's got to be careful it doesn't come back to life. Yeah, that's one thing. If you're not careful, you know, you always want to bring a shell to kill an enemy or fight your opponent or do whatever, but they do respawn, and being mindful of that respawn timer can mean life or death for some players. Fuzziness now heavily armed, going in to fight this Boom Boom. Hopefully this will be the end. Cliffy, I don't know what kind of mess this is right now. No clear condition, but he needs to find the red coins. He's got the fourth one, and Fuzziness pulling ahead on the leaderboard with that easy Boom Boom clear. 2-1 right now. Fuzziness up by 1. But Cliffy could be tying it up again with that key door. I'm sorry, P door. Oi, now what, Cliffy? I bet he wonders if the car is the key. Can't actually, you know, never mind. I might be just telling lies because I don't know if you actually can put a key in a car. I mean, you can. Let's be real. IRL, you can totally put a key in a car, but I don't know if you can do that in Mario Maker. Cliffy does not even need it, and it is all tied up, 2 levels apiece.
Let's go.
Fuzziness needs to kill this Bowser, but all he really has to do is hang out right underneath that pipe. The Buzzy Beetle shells are falling down from the pipe, and they will slowly, painfully kill the Bowser. This isn't necessarily ideal when you're on a 15-minute timer, but it is good because it's a sure thing. Fuzziness taking it and pulling ahead 3-2. Cliffy's got to be careful here. He's got burners, and he's got the grabby claws, and it's way up above a pit. It's really, really dangerous when you cannot see what's below you. Cliffy taking a brave leap right there through the chain chomps. He's got to... Oh, man, he's right there. Come on, Cliffy. He's got it. He has done it. Cliffy tying it up 3-3 with a really risky move, damage boosting around those chain chomps. 3-3 right now, and the world record for Cliffy, no extra points, but extra swag. Fuzziness now has to figure out where he is going. Looks like he wants to use those beat blocks. Fuzziness just kind of flying by the seat of his pants right now. One tile jumps above a pit. Not sure where he's going. Every movement counts here for Fuzziness. And Cliffy... not landing on the spring. If I had a dime for every time I missed a spring, I would have several dimes. He needs to hit that spring in the lava right as it's falling in. Oh no, Fuzziness. Is that a Lakitu up there? It's a cannon. Oh dear. That's why this blind vertical can be really, really challenging, because if there's a Lakitu or a cannon or something, it's just coming right down on your head. You can't even see it. Fuzziness hoping that this labyrinth of a level takes him anywhere he wants to be. Trying out boxes, trying warps. Yeah, getting a power up. That was a good move, just a good play to get that power up. Fuzziness using a little bit of pause buffering right now. This is kind of helping him see the way down. Since he doesn't want to try to land on all of this, it's really, really important that he not fall into a pit. So he's just pausing periodically to kind of get a better look at things. Fuzziness trying to make a play to the left around this bouncy platform. He's a little bit scared of falling to the right because that... Oh, no! Because that pipe was there, yeah. Tough break for Fuzziness. And Cliffy with another clear, pulling ahead. It is 4-3 right now. Fuzziness really needs to get out of this crazy, messy level, either by a win or by a skip, but a huge time investment being made right now, and that's risky, to say the least. Why do I get the feeling that this level Fuzziness is on is just all a big, elaborate trick? Although Fuzziness might have a little bit of time to move because Cliffy dealing with that moving platform. Again, a sort of a forced auto-scroller. Since you can't move any faster than the platform itself, you're kind of stuck moving at a fixed rate. And that can be, as they say, a big pain. Cliffy with 30 seconds on the timer, but taking his time getting through this, playing it safe. Oh no, Fuzziness with an upside down. Wow, upside down new soup night level. You don't see that very often. In fact, I don't know if I've ever. Wow, that's like a fully upside down level. Cliffy with another clear, pulling ahead 5-3 right now. Fuzziness has really gotta flip the script here. Get it? Because he's in an upside down level. You don't get it. No, you probably do get it. Oh, and he did it. He flipped it, going up the flagpole and getting a win. Fuzzyness trying to come back right now, 5-4. So what is the best strategy for Fuzzyness right now? Do you commit to something you know you can win because you have to get that other point, or do you just skip like the wind and hope to run into something easy and not such a hassle? Cliffy trying to set up the flyover right now, a classic Super Mario World bit of cheese. Unfortunately, the ceiling is kind of low, and this level doesn't seem very conducive to the flyover. Oh, almost getting the save, but sorry, Cliffy. Fuzzyness dealing with danger everywhere. Whoa, the sync, though. Fuzzyness and Cliffy in the same theme with the same character. Super Mario World Sky level with Toad. Cliffy trying that flyover again. The cape is not as broken as you might think. Not as broken as Mario World, but not really very helpful for Cliffy there. He's not able to scooch himself into those rotating blocks. 1 minute to go. Fuzzyness needs a win to tie it up. Not getting it, though. Tough level. And insult to injury, laughing at you. Laughing. The laughter sound effect when you fall into the pit. Oof. Less than a minute to go. And Cliffy with the unfortunate, that's a game over, I believe, for Cliffy. So Cliffy will be losing a point, meaning that we're tied up 4-4. World 1-1? Not really. Man, the Super Mario Maker, a game where anybody can make any Mario level of their dreams, and most people choose to remake 1-1. So we are tied right now. Cliffy has won the match overall. However, if Fuzzyness can win this round, he will get a point. And those points will count towards rankings. So 1 is better than nothing. As we say, we take those. So time running out. We are on the end right now, but we are tied up. So this level could break it right now. Fuzzyness doing really, really well, but getting bopped. Getting bopped by that annoying Hammer Brother. And Cliffy now dealing with his level, getting spiked on. So this is the level that will determine. One life left for Fuzzyness, that is true. Very, very careful gameplay right now, but it's no good. Game over for Fuzzyness, and that will give the win to Cliffy. Removing 1 point, Cliffy wins 4-3 on a really spirited match. Nice work from both competitors. Very, very close race at the beginning. Difference in style, difference in what the players commit to was the determining factor here. So we are still playing this out. Let's see how they do, though. Cliffy, working on this blue skull platform. Blue Skull platforms are super annoying as they transfer momentum to the characters. So if you're riding on one and you jump off, it acts like you still have that much speed. I'll be honest with y'all, I don't actually know what a game over in overtime means. I should have studied the rules a little bit better. We'll have to get official clarification from the official GSA crew on that one, but we will let you know the results of that match. And that is going to do it. That is going to do it for this round. I have been GlitchCat7. Thank you very much for having me. I'll be on later to get stomped on by little curves. And thank you so much for having me. Enjoy the rest of the matches today.